Oh my, I cannot even believe that it is August the 4th already. Like we are 4 days into August and it's crazy. So, hey, my name is Shauna A. I'm a licensed clinical mental health counselor. I am so excited to be coming here today because I am going to talk to you about the 19 plus social media reviews that I have done for therapists over the past couple of months and what I am seeing as I am doing those referrals. If you new to me, I am a licensed clinical mental health counselor supervisor. Yes, that's a really long title. Thank you, North Carolina. But outside of my private practice work, I help therapists build lucrative careers. And the way that I do that is focusing on helping therapists get consistent and build referrals using social media. So let's talk about it. I've done 19 social media snapshots. Here's what they were. I would go and look at therapists' social media, and from there, I would talk about what they're doing well, the big opportunities that I saw for them to continue to reach the audience or get to the audience that they were trying to reach. And then I would give them like a really simple fix and then make recommendations based off of the services that I had so that they can take that fix to another level. And the big thing that I was seeing that is always shocking to me is the difficulty that therapists have with being able to speak directly to the people that they want to work with. And I think part of this is that we think that it is just really, really natural. You show up in a session and that person shows up in the session, all of the work is already done, right? By the time that they have chosen you as their therapist and they're meeting with you, then there's really not much marketing that needs to happen. You're just performing the skills that you have as a therapist. But when we are talking about showing up on social media, that's all of the work before they get to your office. And that work is really important because that's where the message is being missed, or that's where the disconnect is happening. So, for a lot of clinicians, what's going on is you're posting something, but it's really broad. So, it doesn't really apply to the people that you're trying to reach. Or you're posting, but you're posting once or twice a month, which doesn't show up in the algorithms. The other day, I was talking to someone who is a coach. They are a strategist. I've taken several classes from them, and one day I will do coaching work with this person when I am able to afford them, essentially. But what I had found, we were having this conversation, and as much as I post, I'm telling you, I post on my Facebook, I post to Instagram, I post to TikTok, I post to YouTube. I don't post to LinkedIn as much as I should, but as much as I post daily, I'm talking at least 2 to 3 times a day, they say, I'm not seeing your content. I didn't even know that. The other day, in addition to that, someone who I've also worked with said, "Hey, who does cruises?" And I was like, "Me." And they were like, "You do that?" Yes, I do. Nobody knows this because I don't talk about it. But for someone who's posting 2 to 3 times a day on like Facebook, they are still not seeing my content because it becomes sporadic from time to time. And when your content is sporadic, your audience doesn't see it. So for me, who's posting 2, 3 times a day, and someone who's in my following, I follow them, they follow me. We are friends on the interwebs. For someone who's doing that and they're saying, I'm not seeing your content, I know that I'm not posting enough. I am not showing up enough. I am not doing the things that the algorithm wants in order to continue to post and be seen. And this is the thing for a lot of clinicians. You might be showing up consistently 1 to 2 times a month or one-ish times a week, but that consistency is not enough for the algorithms to push you the way that these algorithms work. And unless you're in a place where it's discovery based, where your keywords matter, your SEO on that app matters more than anything, you're not going to be discovered being posting once a week on most apps. Now, the one place that this worked really well is on YouTube. And I just saw someone say recently that they are finding that posting once a week is not enough, that they have to post at least 2 times a week to really see movement and some growth in their YouTube profiles. And I know as I said that, therapists probably groaned. They're like, oh goodness, no, why? I don't want to do that because it's a lot. It is a lot. As someone who is now credentialing by themselves with some insurance companies, I had also had a thing just last week where I had to call an insurance company to figure out where my money was at. And it was 53 minutes. It was a full session's worth of time just to see funds where they were at so that I can get paid. So when I say to therapists, hey, marketing is really important, and therapists say back to me, I don't have time to market because I'm on the phone chasing money. I get it because I've done it. But what I'm saying is we have to figure it out. We have to find a way to do both. And it's easy than we think it's going to be. So, one, right, our marketing, if we can't get it done every day, then we shouldn't try to get it done every day. It should be scheduled. We need to have a content strategy with pillars in place so that we have a regular place to pull content from and it gets scheduled, or we have the videos ready to be edited so those could get scheduled. If we can't do that ourselves, we need to outsource it. And that's a big deal. It's either we do it ourselves or we outsource it. And that could be really hard to hear. Now, I am of the camp because I am a therapist and I know that things can be costly and things might not be something that we want to budget for or feel like we could budget for. So I'm of the camp of I'll teach you how to do it. I can show you how to do it, or you can pay me to do it for you. Now, going back to what I saw this week when it comes to the reviews that I've done, the number one opportunity that therapists were missing when it comes to their reviews is consistency. And it's not just consistency in posting or frequency in posting. It is consistency in what it is that you are talking about. What is that content about? Who is that content for? Who is that content reaching? Oftentimes, I would see people post, but they were posting about themselves. Oh, I'm going to this conference today. Well, what does this conference have to do with the people that you are trying to reach? You look like someone who is going to get some education. That's wonderful, but why? Like, what does that have to do with the client and them getting into your offense? How is that going to benefit them? How do they see themselves seen and heard in that? They don't, unfortunately. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think you going to a conference is great, but if that's the only thing you're posting about in comparison to really reaching your audience, then you're not going to get to them. So consistency was a big opportunity. Another opportunity was in authority, really talking about the expertise that you have in a way that reaches the people that you want to reach. Clinicians are known for using clinical jargon. So we talk about depression, and yes, people know what depression is. People have an idea of how depression works. But are we talking about depression to the extent that there are people who are actively walking around and functioning in their depression? They don't even realize that it's depression because they've been, one, living like this for so long, or two, it's been normalized to the point that it doesn't even seem like they have a normal, like a low mood. This is just their everyday mood. Being able to speak with authority on your expertise is bringing it down to this is what we're specifically looking at. I'm not talking about the clinical jargon because I can say the clinical words, but what does it mean to you? Again, it might not mean anything. But clinicians are not speaking with authority. They're speaking in a very roundabout way. And when they do speak with authority, it's clinical jargon. So it's really hard to understand what to make of this and why is it important to me and what do I want to do with it as someone who's not a clinician coming into it. And the third thing that I was seeing consistently from therapists is really not taking the full use of the landscape that they were at. They were on YouTube, but making shorts only. There was no long form content on there. They were making videos, but those videos look like videos that they got from an application and not videos that they use in their real life. So it wasn't really reaching anybody because, again, it wasn't connecting to who they are, what's happening in real life. Or they would be on the app, but they're not using what the app has to offer. So posting they're only posting graphics, or if they post pictures, they're old pictures, or they're posting a video and the angles are kind of funny or weird. And in this time, in this era, the way that people use social media, it's kind of a bit of a red herring to see a clinician come out and they're making a post that doesn't really connect, because it looks clinical or it looks dated. So, what I have found is that we can improve. It doesn't take much to improve. It could be really simple, but we do have to put the effort in there to make it happen if we are clinicians. These 19 reviews, I've shared them. I've also been able to send some feedback in Google Forms. And if you are someone who is looking for the review, go ahead and check out my school. I have a school community, Therapist Thrive with Shauna. I am going ahead to share the link to get in with Therapist Thrive with Shauna. And when you go to the next level, so the next level is the premium level, you will actually get a free mini review. That is how I open up the school premium level to you. It's how I help you get from inconsistent referrals to consistent referrals, how I help you get from dull social media to a thriving, bright social media that not only attracts your clients that you're looking for, but also can be monetized and help you make some money as a clinician. So I just dropped the comment in the link. Go ahead and give that a join. And I'm going to see you all very, very soon. I would love to see you in the school community this week. Friday in the premium, I'm actually going to be talking about videos that you all can check out, or video angles. It's all about the angles to make those videos so they're no longer dull, like I was saying before, as well as I am talking about the 5 referral shifts that helps you get more clients. I've already set the calendar in the school community, so it is jam-packed with some great lives for you all. So go ahead, sign up today. I'm going to drop that link again, and I will see everybody really, really soon. I look forward to checking you out in the school community. By the way, the base level of that school community is free. So we don't have to talk about gatekeeping to good information about getting your private practice up and running and flowing, because there's tons of information just at that base level, but the premium community is where we are taking off. That's where you get coaching from me, that guidance, that feedback in those master classes and those Q&As. So please join the community. I want to see therapists thrive. That's why it's called Therapist Thrive with Shauna. And I'll see everybody really soon. Bye for now.